You know that I love being an internationally certified coach, and so does Andrea Liebross. You'll hear us chat about our certification and the importance of coaching others with the most intimate parts of our lives, including our businesses. So let's get to it so you can hear all about it. Are you a beauty or barber pro looking for that push to do that thing you've always wanted to do, whether it's in or out of the salon, spa, or shop? Are you tired of not feeling good enough, smart enough, skilled enough? Are you tired of not getting a handle on your mental health, boundaries, and insecurities? I'm Krystine Sherwood, the BeautyPro coach, an internationally certified coach, a salon and spa owner, and your personal Jiminy Cricket. I use my own experiences, good and bad, as a salon owner to help you be more self-aware, authentic, and forward-thinking in your approach to life, in and out of the salon. It's time to reach your version of success with the Beauty Pro Coach podcast. Hello, hello, hello. It's Krystine. Whether you're watching or you are listening to the Beauty Pro podcast, we have a very special guest today. Her name is Andrea Liebross. Did I say it right?
Liebross, but
Liebross.
whatever.
Liebross. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway,
I married into it, so it's the way it is.
Okay. So tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay. I am a 52-year-old woman who lives in, I'll just start there.
Let's do it.
We'll do that. Who lives outside of Indianapolis. We've lived here for about 25 years, although I did grow up outside of Boston. And I have lived in Texas and New York City and Manhattan, but we've been here for a while. I've got two kids. They are almost 24 and 21. So we kind of are empty nesters at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I work with women business owners who live really across the world on a daily basis, all via the World Wide Web here and Zoom. And I help them really navigate how to grow a business that aligns with their lives and gives them all the freedoms that they want in life, time, money, energy, people. And I love what I do. I do work with women in all different industries, including yours. So that's why this is very appropriate. And I think that I find what I do very rewarding, and I am energized by it because really the women that I'm working with are like go-getters. Like they are ambitious. They are, I sometimes use the phrase unapologetically ambitious. And so that's pretty fun. Now, there are like road bumps along the way, right? Not everything's fun and games. It's not all rainbows and daisies. I'm not going to kid us. And my life isn't all rainbows and daisies either.
No.
So,
No.
and I kind of feel like I am one of the people that I am working with every day. So,
oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, so you mentioned a couple of things, and I saw a couple of these things on your website too, which is how to like women in business. We first of all, women in general, we want to do all the things
we do
yesterday, and they need to be perfect. And burnout is very real to the point that it is becoming a buzzword. Like I hate even saying it at this point.
I know some of these words sound so overused, right? And
totally, but it's so
true.
But it's so real. Like it's happening.
It is.
So what? Okay, so one of the pointers that that you work with too is how to make an impact and how to get going without cloning yourself. How to have a beautiful strategy the smart and easy way.
Right.
So can you just touch on that for all of these boss babes who are listening?
Yeah. Okay. So
it's a loaded question.
We could talk about this for like I could talk about this for a whole hour, right? Such a loaded question. I think what happens is that the women I work with and all of your listeners, you probably got into what you're doing. I would say, I don't know, you tell me. Would you say the majority of your listeners are stylists turned business owner?
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
okay. I
100%.
Okay, that's what I would suspect. So you kind of got into this because you really loved the craft, right? You loved your how you could express your creativity. You clearly are probably a people person because you're talking to people all day long,
Mhm.
right? That doesn't freak you out. And then you saw this opportunity, like, huh, I could just do my own thing here. I could
Mhm.
own my own whatever, whether it's a full-on
Right.
salon or you're just in your own little salon lofts type of thing, right? Who
Right.
knows?
Right.
Okay, so yeah, you can do your own thing. All right. So there's the ambition piece. Okay.
Mhm.
And then you start to realize that there's a lot to owning a business.
Mhm.
Right. And there's the back end of the business and the front end of the business. So there I always that's how I refer
Yeah.
to it. Like
No, it's perfect.
um and ironically, when you're behind the chair, you're still doing front end of the business, even though you're behind the chair.
Absolutely.
Right. So that back end of the business is what really causes the burnout piece of it,
Mhm.
right? And no one teaches you how to do that part. It's kind of like no one teaches you how to be a mom, or no one
Mhm.
teaches you how to be a good partner. Like no one teaches you. You have examples because we've
Right.
all seen people do
Right.
it, and you might even live with people who are doing it, but no one's doing it really the way that feels good to you because we're all
Right.
unique and individuals. And your business is unique. Every business is unique. I love when people are like, my business is different. Well, yeah, it is because every business is different, but there are some similarities.
Right.
So I see that this back end stuff is what really causes the burnout, which is so similar to life. Okay. So most people will say, I love being a mom, or I love being a parent, or I want to be a good daughter, or I want to be a good friend. So notice that's all like the front end stuff. Like you,
Right.
okay. But no one's talking about sometimes they call it like the hidden, the unseen, or what's the like hidden, or what's the word? Like the you don't see all the behind the scenes parent stuff. You don't
Mhm.
see all the behind the
Right.
scenes discussions you have with your partner, right? Like the hidden burdens or whatever we want
Mhm.
to call it. So it's like the same thing. So the burnout piece is usually what comes from behind the scenes, back end of the business, behind closed doors, whatever we want to look at it that way.
Mhm.
And we all need support in that category,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
where we really need the support. So, I see this in my own world, in my own personal business, in
Mhm.
my own personal life, and then I see it in my clients. And I think, I'm also really about big thinking too. So it's kind of one of my topics that I love chatting about.
Big thinking as in what? Like big
Like
dreams, like
big
big goals?
big goals, big dreams. I like to say it's all coming from future you,
Oh, I
like the
love it.
you 3 to 5 years, 10 years from now.
Yes.
So, but one of the tenets, like someone says, well, what is big thinking, or what are big thinkers all do that makes them the same? Like, what are the core concepts? One of them that I always go back to is securing support. All big thinkers know that they can't do this alone,
Mm.
and they have support, like literally and figuratively.
What
Um,
kind of support? Because this is an important piece. Like support like in our personal lives or support in the
so
business
okay,
or both?
perfect. Both. Okay. So like and the women I work with too, what we do is I mean, if you like Googled me, okay, you'd see like, okay, it will say
Go
something
Google her, you
like,
guys.
go, go, go. Okay. It might say something like, well, it should say something like results driven business coach.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I use the phrase life balance architect.
Ooh.
Okay. So it's like our businesses are so intertwined with our lives,
Yes.
especially for what you like your
Yes.
industry, right? Like
Yes.
it is you, and as most of your listeners are probably women too, right? So we're like, it's so intertwined. and we can't separate it. It's like a big ball of yarn and all the pieces of string are attached. So when we talk about support, it's in all aspects. So I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I'm on a call with a client, and she said to me, this is kind of hilarious, but totally can be true. Okay. So we're recording this right before Memorial Day. So long weekend coming up. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
She said, my husband's away this weekend. He's going on this golf trip with his college buddies. And I'm really happy he's going. Like, it's good. He's going. I'm going. Okay, I have 3 kids. They're like, her kids are like 9, 6, and 4 or something. We have 62 baseball games and blah, 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 right?
Uh-huh.
And she said, my parents offered to come help, but I feel a little guilty. Like I should be able to handle this all by myself.
Oh.
Right? So no, like
Oh.
have your parents come
Yeah.
help. Give them
Yeah.
specific jobs so they know what they're doing and they're not like bothering you, but give them some specific jobs and let them go to town on them. And whatever they do is going to be fine. So then, okay, conversation goes on. Then
Mhm.
she's like, and I really need to get all the boys' summer clothes out. She's like, it's summer. We got to switch the clothes out. But the playroom and their rooms, it's like so disastrous. I so need to organize it all. So then I said to her, I said, have you ever thought of hiring an organizer? Because we kind of got into this organizing
Yeah.
thing. She's like, I don't know. I mean, I've never really deeply thought about it. I said, what if you hired someone to come in? I'm going to bet in a half day's time, that person and their team could completely organize 3 boys' rooms and a whole playroom. She said, you think so? I said, yes. And that is money well spent. We talked about that. Okay, so there's another example of support. So your family can be support. You can hire outside support. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to run your personal life. But then if we talk about business, okay, this is where I don't think the two should mix.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll say, who's supporting you in this? And they'll say, oh, my husband, my partner, amazing support. Like whatever I think, they say, whatever you think, whatever business
This is
decision
true.
you think is right, like
Yeah.
I'm behind you.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay, listen, how does that go? How's that go down? She's like, I don't like talking about it with him. And I know they're supportive, but they're not really helpful. Like they don't know what I should be doing. They don't know if I should, hire someone else or sell the salon or like, they don't know. I said, right. Cause their job in your ecosystem here, their only job is to love you. Like that is their
Oh.
job. Your family's job, your spouse, your partner, your parents, your sister, whatever, like their job is to love you. Like that is it. So when we try to start bringing them into our business and asking them whether we should invest $20,000 or hire the person that doesn't have that much experience, like, no, that is not the place that they should be supporting you. Like their only job is to love you. So what does that mean? In your business, if you're trying to decide if you should spend the $20,000 or hire the person that only has 1 year experience, you need other support. You need some other source of support to help you make those kinds of decisions. And
I
that can
love
look
that.
like 20 things, right? That can look like a coach, like you can,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say coaching really helps you move from where you are now into the future.
Yes. Amen. Uh-huh.
Okay. It's not counseling. It's totally different. A coach can help you do that. Experts, like, do you have someone that's helping you look at numbers? Do you have a marketing person? We can get into all types of support, different than mentoring.
Yes.
Okay. Mentoring is a little bit more about commiserating, being empathetic. They're telling you their story.
Yeah.
You can extract things from their story to help you, but a mentor is not there to, I always like to say, like, tell it like it is. Like, I say I'm someone who gives tough love with a smile,
Oh, it's
right?
cute. I always say I hold your hand and kick your ass at the same time.
That's so good. Can I steal that?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm doing. I am holding your hand and kicking your ass at the same time. Okay. A mentor is not going to do that.
Nope.
Your husband's not going to do that. Your mom is certainly not going to do that.
Yes.
Right? So support is really like I also say we're all stuck in our own peanut butter jars. So I could picture like Skippy or Peter Pan.
These are definitely mom analogies. Like I am not a mom. I have a dog. But I
Okay.
love how you are framing it because it's such a nurturing way that
Yeah.
we in the beauty industry, we're a bunch of girls, we're all playing Barbie, but
Right.
making money, but we need that extra
Yeah.
comfort. So yes, we are
Yes.
stuck in our peanut butter jars. I love
Yes.
this.
I mean, you could anything that's sticky, whatever,
Yeah.
pick your poison, right?
Yeah.
So you're stuck in there and you can't, it's so sticky that you can't even climb up like and stick your head up over the rim
Yeah.
to see what's going on out there,
Mhm.
right? So you need someone to see what's really going on out there.
So how do you feel about like family run businesses, right? So like
Mm. Oh
I
yeah.
I own a salon with my mom and we're in partnership together, right? We
Okay.
definitely have our moments.
Yeah.
'Cause hello.
Hello.
But how do you cuz our family members their job is to love us and that's it. But when it's a
Okay.
family run
Family member.
business, then
Yeah.
what?
Right. And I have lots of clients that have family run businesses,
Yeah.
like tons. Um, okay. So there's where you have to really get clear on
Okay.
what hat you have on when. So I use this hat analogy a
Okay.
lot. Okay.
Love it.
Like, hey mom, we're having this conversation with our business owner partner hat on here.
Yes.
Business partner hat on. Okay.
Yes.
And we are taking off our mom-daughter relationship hat. Okay.
Mhm.
And you know, the other person that we're bringing into this conversation, and this is actually a really cool thing to think about. Think about the business as a person. If the
Oh,
business had a vote,
love that.
okay. So I have a client whose business is like core fitness, she has a bunch of business, but it's like core fitness. And the logo is an apple. Okay. So I always talk about it like if Miss Apple Green, we call it like the business, it's like Miss Apple Green, you know, like
That's
Gwyneth
cute.
Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter's named Apple. So
Apple.
we
So
should
it's
have
a name
Apple.
now.
Right. Apple and Green. That's like a common last name. So
Yep.
if our business was Apple Green, Miss Apple Green, what would Miss Apple Green say in this conversation?
Oh, this is good. This
Okay.
is
So
so good.
we need to have that sort of like outside, you know, the business had a vote. So
Mhm.
I think when you're in business with your family, you have to like ask or say, declare, this is the hat I have on. Or you
Mhm.
might say, Mom, can you just be a mom right now? Can you
Oh,
tell me that this sucks and you give me a
yeah.
hug? Right? But
Yeah.
you've got to get really clear or else it gets messy.
Yes. I love that you're saying this and this seems to be the theme. At the time of this recording, you guys, we are in May. I just got back from a hair show and I was teaching on exactly what you're talking about, which is
Yeah.
getting clear, know who you are, why, like define
Yes.
yourself. And then here you are talking about it, and it's so exciting. And just thank you for saying that.
Yeah. It's, you have to really,
Yeah,
or else you don't make decisions.
right. And
Okay.
it's just
And
fighting and
it's fighting
craziness.
and everything gets intertwined. The other thing I would say is you have to have really a clear agenda for what
Yes.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
And also, we do lots of conversations like on the fly, right? You're doing them
Mhm.
on the like, Mom, what about that? Like you're
Right.
okay.
I constantly text her. Like today, we're recording, and I text her, "Hey, what's going on?" Back and
Yeah,
forth all day.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then you drop in bits of info into
Yeah.
the conversations on the flight, normal human behavior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, sometimes where I see people talk about burnout, okay, or tension, it's like these conversations go on too long. Like we haven't decided on X. Like we've been talking about it for a month.
Mm.
It's been interspersed into things for a month, but we haven't really said we're deciding by May 31st, or we're sitting down on May 29th for an hour. This is all we're talking about, and we're making the decision on how we're moving forward or whatever.
I love it.
Right. So,
Like have a by when.
yeah. So
Keep it clear.
a lot of times we're interested. So I make this distinction between being interested and committed. So we're interested in changing up something in the business.
Mm-hmm.
We're interested in hiring that outside marketing firm, but are we committed to it? And if you find yourself like dragging your feet on it, it's kind of a sign to me that you're not committed, which is totally fine, right? And that you're just interested, but you got to kind of admit to yourself, I'm just interested. And then say, I will revisit this in 2 months and see if I'm at a different place. But if you don't kind of make that distinction, it starts to just linger and wear you down. All right, we're going all over the place here. But
but this is so good.
Okay.
It's so good. Okay, we're gonna go someplace else now too. You talked about a lot of things that you were saying about coaching is very, if not identical to what I say about coaching.
Yep.
So you are certified.
Yes.
Where did you go to get your certification?
No one ever asks me this.
I'm okay.
This is
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This is interesting. This is super interesting. World Coach Institute.
I love it. I got certified through IPEC, which is
I know what that is.
You know what that is? Okay, cool. I feel it's very important to share our certifications because everybody and their mother all of a sudden is a coach.
That's true too. That is 100% true.
And I'm like, no, I don't know about you, but I went through like official 9 months, but then another.
Oh yeah, it's a process.
So like get the tools.
A process. It's a process. Yeah. No, there's definitely tools that you need in order to do this.
Yeah.
In a way that's going to serve your client.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right? I mean, that's No, I did that in 2018, so I've been doing this for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So now another thing, that was like a side thing. That was for me. Me. Okay. So for everybody else now.
Yeah.
You mentioned about having a shift. Like in your on your website. Like how do we know when it's time to have that shift to change what's not working for us? I probably said it already, but in any case.
Okay. Okay, so you have to pause long. I call it like take a strategic pause. So I also wrote a book, okay, called She Thinks Big. I have a podcast called She Thinks Big and a book called She Thinks Big.
We're going to put those links in the show notes. Okay.
Okay. So in the book, I spend a lot of time talking about this, what I call strategic pause. Okay. So you have to create space for yourself, literally and figuratively, to assess what's working, what's not working, what you want to do differently. Okay. And I think you don't know if it's time to shift until you have done that. So I have a lot of people are coming to me and they just say, something has to change. Something has to change, right? I can't go on like this. Okay.
Yep.
Or the other thing is a lot of times like nothing's gone wrong. I kind of feel like I work with a lot of clients who it's like nothing's gone wrong and they know things could be better. Okay. So
actually they just feel it like, nothing's wrong, but something is wrong.
Something could be better, or they're not like feeling. Actually, I'll use my Laura. Laura, if you're listening.
Hey, Laura.
She owns 2 salons.
Okay. Love it.
And she had worked with a coach before me to really get these salons like up and running, like we'll call it like systems and processes and things like that, which again could be better, she would admit, right? But when she came to me, nothing was wrong. Okay. But she knew things could be better. And she wanted to be a different type of leader in her business. Okay. So, but she had to pause long enough. So she heard me speak one day. That's how we met.
Okay.
And just sitting in that audience, honestly, for that hour was enough for her to be like, huh. I could be doing some things differently. I could have more alignment in my life. She's big on education. I could be educating more people. I could be providing more opportunities for my stylists right now and my leaders at my salons. Like, so you've got to pause and do the strategic pause. And so that's how that kind of came out for her. But the other way it kind of comes out is I take my clients through an exercise when we first start working together called a vision into action intensive.
I like
Okay.
it.
So,
I like it. I like anything that has the word intensive.
yeah.
Let's
So
do it.
let's do it, right? So
Yeah.
we sit down over Zoom or sometimes in person, but 99% of the time it's over Zoom for a 4-hour block of time. So that's why it's intense. Okay. Now
Ooh, girl.
they've done some work ahead of time. I've given them things to do.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But we're there. And I my job is to ask good questions and
Mhm.
to give some structure to things. So I ask good questions and I help sort of extract, like pull out of them what their vision is for themselves and their business a year from now, 3 years from now,
Mhm.
10 years from now. I
Mhm.
kind of give them permission to like say things out loud that they may not really be saying things out loud too often, right?
Right.
Like I want to friggin' sell this thing and like move to the beach, right?
Love it.
Or I want to open 5 more salons, or
Yes.
I don't want to cut one more person's hair ever and I just want to manage the whole thing. Or the other thing can come out. I love being behind the chair. I hate all the other stuff. Can I
Yeah.
just have someone else do all the other stuff? But that seems so like not
Like
good business owners,
right,
right?
right,
Okay.
right.
So I kind of give them permission to like
Yeah.
say this all out loud. Okay.
Yeah.
And we get it down on paper. And then we spend kind of the second half of our time together turning that vision into action steps. Okay.
That's what's happening in this 4-hour block.
Yes. Now
Like,
we do need to do work afterwards, but
sure.
yes, in that, like my goal is you walk away with a framework of no, so that you don't say to yourself, what should I be doing today, tomorrow, next week, a month from now? Like
Right.
we know what we've got a blueprint.
This is the
We've,
big picture
yeah,
thinking here. Okay,
this
I
is the
love it.
big picture thinking. And this isn't
Love it.
just about your business. And this isn't just about you. It's like we're putting them
Both.
together, like both
Right.
are fair game. Okay. And in that time, in that intensive, I would consider that a strategic pause.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And to go back to your question, like when do you know it's time to make a shift? Sometimes we discover the shifts are just little tweaks.
Right.
It's not a huge shift. Like we don't have to right the ship.
Right. Right.
Okay. We just have to change a few things to make this. We have to do things. We don't have to do more. Maybe we just have to do things different.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah. So you've got to like give yourself that space. And I think we just get caught up in like really checking the boxes and like the to-do list. And that's a whole,
mhm.
we could have a whole just to-do list discussion. But that's, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
How's that sound? What is that? Does
Yeah.
that, yeah.
That's totally, yes, that's totally on point. It's totally resonating. I know that the listeners, they're probably like saying amen and they're shaking their head and
Mm-hmm.
yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about Andrea though. Like what was or has been your biggest failure that now you are out here helping other entrepreneurs, other women in business tackle their lives? Like what was your
Yeah.
moment? Yeah.
So my moment, I talk about this actually in the very, very beginning of the book. So way back in the day, like, okay, way back in the day, 2010,
Sure.
way back, because I'm old, remember? So,
Oh,
I worked for a company where for 10 years, and I was recruiting this is the definition of what I was doing.
okay.
Recruiting, hiring, and training new kind of like franchise owners. They weren't
Okay.
technically franchise owners, but let's call it for that.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
And they were 99% of them were women.
Hmm.
So I was scouting at the world for people who really wanted to own their own business. Okay. And when I found these people and they started in, then I was still with them for about a year, quote unquote, training them, which really was not training. It was coaching. No one really talked about it
Hmm.
like that, but that's what was happening.
Right. Yes.
And so I was literally like boots on the ground. Okay. So, hey, this is working. This is not working. And, two things happened during that time. Number one, I would come up with we'll put it in air quotes, like great ideas. Okay. Hey, I think when someone comes on in the first, I would say to like corporate dude, in the first 3 months, we should give them X, Y, and Z, or we should structure something like this. And corporate man would say, great idea, Andrea. And then
And then
nothing would
nothing.
change. Okay. So we've all heard that, right?
Yeah.
And so I realized after 10 years, stupid me, that it took so long. This is a failure. Okay. That I was getting stuck in my own small thinking. Okay. And then this was trickling into the people that I was training because they would start to have good ideas. Okay. And I would then have to sort of squash them. Right.
Yeah. So
Like,
you would say, good idea, so and
right,
so. Oh
right,
no. Oh
right.
no.
Right. Like, like, okay, an example in your world might be, have you ever thought of doing a class where you bring people in and just the commoners, not the
Right.
stylists, the
Right.
commoners, and teach them how to use like a curling iron or
Right.
the Dyson amazing,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So, okay, like, have you ever thought about that? Like, that would be kind of the type of thing that
Yeah.
would come up. And I'd be like, that's a great idea. That would be such a great way to grow business and introduce people to your salon. And so then I
Yeah.
would say to like corporate man, hey, what about this great idea? Great idea. No, sorry, I can't do that. That's not going to fall within whatever. So I was then having to squash and keep the people I
Oh,
was
that
training.
feels terrible.
Right.
Oh.
So it was a fail in the sense that I stayed there too long. Right. I
Right.
stayed there too
Okay.
long.
Okay.
Now, it was a success in the sense that when I assessed when I finally quit, and I was like, if I have one more great idea that doesn't get put into place, I'm out. So I'm out,
Mhm.
and assessed why did I stay that long. Um, I realized that the part I really loved of what I did was helping people, what I call through the messy middle. So this is like you started the business. Oh my gosh, like people are coming. I'm making money. This is craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gee, I need a better bookkeeping system. Gee, I can't work 7 days a week. Gee, my dog is stuck in home all by himself all day long and no one's taking him out because I'm so busy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of like what I now would call the messy middle.
Okay.
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 And kind of helping you navigate through that messy middle to get to the other side. So a subtitle of my book has messy middle in it,
Mm-hmm.
right? The Entrepreneurial Woman's Guide to Moving Past the Messy Middle and into the
Right.
Extraordinary. So I did love that place and helping people do that. So now that's what I do in my own
I love it.
business, right?
I love
That's
that.
how that
Yeah.
happened. So I would say it was a fail and that I stayed there too long. But it turned into, it gave me perspective. In my own business now, I would say a fail
Mhm.
has been, I don't even know. It's somewhat of a fail, but it's turning into a win, and it keeps coming back up though.
It's evolving.
It's evolving. So one of the things that I do is I help my clients recognize the 5 roles that are in a business. Okay.
Okay.
So you owner are the visionary, and that's kind of at the top of we'll call
Mm-hmm.
it the top of the pyramid, right? There's the visionary. There's leaders. Leaders are the ones that really ensure that the culture of the business is what we want it to be. They're the ones that kind of, they're like if the business had a vote, what would they do?
Mm.
Okay. They're making sure
Mm-hmm.
like we're all aligned values wise, direction wise. There's the
Mm-hmm.
leader.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a manager, right? And the manager is the one that needs to take ownership for what's happening on a daily basis
Mm-hmm.
and making sure that people are accountable, because that manager then is over what I call implementers. Implementers are the ones that are like, hey, I think there's a better way we could do this, a way that would be more efficient. Could we make this a repeatable process? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's doers, and doers are doing the tasks. Okay.
Right.
Now, as visionaries, we often are also all of the other things.
Right.
And a lot of times we're even the doer.
Yeah.
And we're what I didn't mention here, if you think of these as a line, then there's this kind of offshoot. And the offshoot is externally facing. So like you may be the salon owner, but you're still behind the chair, right? You're still delivering the service. Okay. So that's sort of like front facing, client facing work. That's not the back end of the business, but you're still doing that too, right? Along with all these other things.
Yeah.
So I've learned in my own business journey, and I've owned a couple businesses, but in this, like the business I'm in now since 2018, so we're like a good 7 years into this thing, that oftentimes I am playing way too many of those roles. And even though I have a team of people, like I'm the bottleneck. I'm the bottleneck. Like the manager can't manage because I'm still too involved, or I'm not allowing them to manage. Right. Or they also know, whether this is conscious or unconscious, that I will check to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And so they can kind of just hand me something and say, go figure it out. Like, Andrea, does this look good? And I start to get frustrated. Like, no, because did you notice that the formatting is horrible? Or did you notice that the wrong date is on here? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's been a fail for me multiple times.
Okay.
But I think I catch it, right? So, and it's almost like you have to fail a little there in order to create a better organizational structure.
For sure.
And you have to also, like, you're not going to have all those people. Let's get real. I'm not saying you're having all those people, but you've got to recognize that there's all those like roles that need to be filled somehow.
Yeah.
Right? No one here is owning Google. Like, I don't think any listener here is like, the CEO.
No, and if they are, that's so cool.
It is so cool. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. So I'm not saying that you need to have, like, we're not running this like Fortune 500 company here.
Right.
However, you've got to recognize that. So when you get frustrated about why people aren't doing their job, right? They're not, you just want them to own it. Like, come on, you have to babysit, right? Talk about that. I don't need to babysit anymore.
Yeah.
It's because like there's some disconnect going on in there.
Yeah. It always reflects back to like the leader, the person in charge. If you are not right, if you're not right in your head and your heart, it's gonna affect others.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So now with all of that experience that you have, what do you feel has been your favorite and biggest insult that you have ever gotten? And what did you learn from it?
Favorite and biggest insult. Okay. Okay, I got a good answer. You ready? You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. So I have very few people that like we'll call it like beauty school dropouts, like, or drop out of coaching. It's like really not even an option in a sense. Like it just never happens. It doesn't happen. Or they like, quote unquote quit or whatever those things are. Okay. And in my 7 years, I probably can count on like one hand the number of times that something like this has happened. But okay, let's get real. So I had a client who, and this is when you said insult, this is kind of where my brain went, who said to me that I wasn't giving her what she needed. Like I wasn't coaching her in the way in which she needed the coaching.
Okay.
And I wasn't showing, like, I shouldn't say showing up, but I wasn't there when she needed me or something. I don't know, whatever this bullshit was. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Love
Okay.
it. Okay.
So that was really hurtful to me.
Yeah.
Okay. On a number of levels. Number one, something's got to be working. I've been doing this for a long time and I get people coming. Okay. So, all right, there's that. Then we have the true like results people have seen. We could get into numbers, or we could say they feel a whole lot different in their business. We could all, okay. So something must be right. So this was really insulting to me that she was saying this stuff. And then the whole part about how I wasn't available and things like that, that was super insulting because you have about 60 million ways that you can connect with me when you're my client.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. But what I learned from that, and I knew this, but this is just like, so just brought it to light. What I learned is because what I started to try to do was to try to address each of these things, like these accusations, we'll call it, that she was making of me. And I tried to be more available, whatever that meant. And I like was like, hey, let's get on like a super special call. Like I'm with you. Okay, all the things. She needed some special payment plan, which I like don't even do, but I somehow was stupid and created some special
Whatever.
payment plan.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking
You like
about.
go above and beyond
Right.
to like,
It's customer service. Like I'm trying to, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying, like the customer's always right or whatever you want to go there. There's some truth to that, right?
Right.
So, but what I really learned is that she wasn't showing up for herself. Right. She wasn't identifying what she needed, honestly. And so she wasn't even communicating it. And or she wasn't even asking me or saying something like, I don't know what I need, but will you help me figure that out? Like that's a fair question. That's fair. So I kind of it was really insulting in the beginning, but what I really realized is number one, like, hey, we're not a good fit. And I'm so sad. No matter what I do, I don't think this is going to work. And I will always love you, but goodbye. Okay. Realize that. Also realize too that like this was a classic example of someone just not honestly being there for themselves. Right?
Yeah.
Like, is this how you want to show up? So she was projecting all of her own problems onto me. Like I was kind of like the punching bag. Right. She couldn't, and she also wasn't really even taking the life jacket when I was handing it out to her. She wasn't putting it on. She wasn't buckling it up. Like she just, so, and eventually she sent me an email that she was going bankrupt and we would have to discontinue coaching, which I don't even really know is really true, to be quite honest. But
you kind of feel it. You're like, wow, that's how you're gonna get out of this one.
Right. Like, okay.
You know what?
Okay.
Let's just end it right now.
Right.
I know. I totally
that was
feel
like
that.
I was just like, okay, bye-bye. But that's like that. I mean, that doesn't happen. That's not a normal everyday occurrence. But I was sort of proud of myself because in a sense, like I was representing Green Apple, or like I was trying to show up for her. I would be doing her a disservice if I wasn't really showing up and representing her business or what I thought her business needed and the type of leader that she needed to be in it. So, part of my job, as I always like to say, is to either number one, believe in you more than you believe in yourself, which I do. And then number two, to help represent the vote of the business. And number three, to kind of what was your thing? Like tell you the truth and kick
hold your hand and kick your ass.
Hold your hand, right. Hold your hand. Like that's.
Yeah. Wow. Hearing those stories and even going through them myself, whether you're a coach or you're a stylist behind the chair,
the same thing could happen because I help my clients do this sort of thing all the time.
You can only help somebody so much until they got to pick it up and they got to do it themselves.
Right.
Same thing with behind the chair. Like you can only transform somebody so much before they, anyways.
Right.
I get it. I hear
They're not happy with their hair. Like
you can't.
They've been in 7 times for the redo.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Oh man. Okay. So, what is something that you would advise someone to pick up coaching? Like when should they start coaching?
Yesterday.
At what point? Okay.
Yesterday.
Boom. Okay. There you go.
Boom. Yesterday.
And for what? Like for what? Okay. For anything? For everything? Like when should they do it? When should they stop? All the things.
Okay. So I think it kind of goes back to big thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're someone that's this unapologetically ambitious, and you out here just use the phrase like boss babe, right? If you're that kind of person, then here's some things that you need that you probably can't provide for yourself at any stage of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number one, all big thinkers, I use the word trust as an acronym. So T and trust. All big thinkers know that they have thought options. Okay. And which means like that situation that I just described, and I went through this in my head, there were 50 ways I could have thought about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or the person that keeps coming back for, I don't like the color. Can we redo it? There's 50 million ways you can think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Or working with your mom, 50 million ways. So big thinkers need to recognize and see all of these options laid out on a table and then have some guidance in choosing which one's going to align most with them. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everybody needs a coach in their life to help with that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or if you go back to like my client who's like, should my parents really come and help me? Like, yeah, but her thought was like, oh my gosh, this is showing how weak I am. But I opted the thought of, yeah, but maybe this is showing how smart you are and saying yes. Okay. So
delegation is key, darling.
right. So you need someone to help you figure out thought options. You also need someone, if you're a big thinking person, the R in trust stands for real problem. You need someone to see and help you see what the real problems really are. And the good news here is that 99.9% of the time, the real problem is just a feeling that you don't want to feel.
Yeah, we run away from our problems.
Frustration, disappointment, overwhelm, guilt, confusion, that. Okay. So we all think like there is a problem. Like it's a problem. No one's coming into the store today. No one's booked an appointment. This is a problem. We have a problem.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a problem? I mean, someone might say you have 50% of your appointments are booked. That's awesome. Someone might say that. Okay. It's only a problem until we have a thought that it's a problem.
Yeah.
And usually when we have that thought, then we have this shitty feeling.
Yeah.
So you need someone to help you kind of manage those feelings and figure out what to do about it. Take out what action. Okay.
Okay.
So I think that's something. I think the other thing is you need a coach to help you navigate the unknown. Okay. Or the uncertainty in owning a business and just being a human. Like we have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, we could all look at our calendars and tell you what we think is going to happen, but we have no idea. We don't even know what's going to happen an hour from now.
Right.
So how do you get comfortable with the unknown? Like you're not going to grow into the person you want to grow into or grow the business you want to grow unless you can get comfortable with that. And you need someone kind of pointing out the what's happening on the other side of the peanut butter jar to do that. So I think that's a reason. I think the other thing is if you're someone that is stuck in what I call passive action and not taking massive action. Yeah. You need a coach. You need someone. Passive action means you're a person and probably like this identifies your listeners in the sense of you're listening to all the podcasts. You have listened to every episode Krystine has put out. Okay. You have like binged on the podcast. Okay. So awesome. Yay, you. I love podcasts. I have a podcast myself. So clearly I'm into it. That is passive action. That is you like filling your brain with info. Are you doing anything with it?
Right.
Are you actually like setting up the call? Are you, telling your mom, hey, listen, mom, like I need you to be a business owner right now. Not
right.
I need you to be a mom. Like, are you taking massive action? So passive action is listening to the podcast, reading the books. Clearly I like books too. Yeah. Talking to 50, getting every opinion from every person that walks in your door, like gathering opinions. That's passive action.
Yes.
Okay?
Like
so
get into it. Like
let's do it. Let's just right. Like I sign every email. Like let's do this. Like
oh, that's so funny. I love that. I'm gonna take that.
Okay. Like let's do this. So you need a coach there. So I think no matter really where you are in your journey, a coach should be an integral part of your business and life. It is a business expense. It is like, in you as the owner, like who's you're not at Google. Okay. So you don't have someone giving you direction. You don't
Right.
have a board of directors.
Most likely. Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
likely, right? So you could have a board of directors, but I mean, my ideal person, when I really love working with them, it is honestly more about where their mind is at than where their
Mhm.
business is at.
Yes, I
So
agree.
all right, so I have several different offers and ways I work with people, but my most favorite is the people in my mastermind. It's coaching and masterminding together. I call it
Mhm.
Runway to Freedom, which ironic
Mhm.
because they want more freedom. And the
Yeah.
people in there, some of them have these like their businesses are blowing it out of the water. Some
Mhm.
of them not so much, but the commonality there is like they're all in it to win it. That's what I
Yes.
kind of say. And
Yeah.
they're all risk takers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's all about the commitment.
It is. It's
'Cause you
all
can
about the
join that.
commitment.
You can
Right.
join that, but you gotta somehow or another take action so you can get to the next
Right.
level and the next level and the next level.
And it doesn't mean you need to spend tons of time either. I think
Right.
I think that's a huge thing. I'm sure you hear this. I just don't have the time right now.
Yes.
What this is meant to do is to help give you back more time so that you're making decisions that you're confident about quicker, that
Right.
you have like someone that's like behind you.
Mhm.
You've got um it's not about more resources either.
Mhm.
It's not about me like giving you worksheets and all that. But
Mhm.
no, it's like help. It's let's get going. So
Mhm.
you don't need to, there's no right time. Like when you have time, when
Mhm.
this
Mhm.
happens,
Mhm.
after this, when the
Mhm.
dog's potty trained, or when the
Yeah,
kid
yeah,
goes
yeah.
to school. Like, no. Or when my business gets to this level, then
No.
I can afford whatever. No, like how can you not afford it? Like
Right.
you are missing out, my friend.
Yes. Like, what is it costing you? Everything that you're doing right
Right,
now, what is it costing you?
right,
Because you can totally change that.
right,
Oh my
right.
gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Andrea, thank you for coming on to the Beauty Pro podcast. Like, I'm over here just soaking it in, and I know everybody else watching and or listening is going to be soaking it in. So, oh my gosh, how can people like get in contact with you for
Yeah.
coaching or just are
Yeah.
you like all the
Yes,
ways?
all the things. So I'm pretty social media wise, I'm pretty active on Instagram,
Yay.
Andrea.Liebross.coaching. Probably
Okay.
your listeners are too.
Got it.
Um, and I have my podcast, She Thinks Big, and the book She Thinks Big.
Love it.
And then I really, really welcome people to like, I'm happy to talk to anyone. So I always say, like, I call them strategize calls, complimentary. Like, why wouldn't you want to have someone else's brain on your business for 20 to
Right.
30 minutes? So I
Yeah.
would say go set one of those up. And
Yes.
then in that call, it's like worth $1 million in and of itself. And we can
Mm-hmm.
figure out if coaching is the right thing for you or
Mm-hmm.
not, or how I
Mm-hmm.
can help you, or if
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the right fit or whatever. We figure
Right.
all of that out.
Right.
And you can go to Andrea's with an S, links with an S, andreaslinks.com, and you can find a link to book a call, to the podcast, to the book, to the social media, to my website, all the things. There's also a quiz. Oh, you got your listeners probably
Ooh, I
a
love a quiz.
quiz. And it kind of helps you figure out exactly where you are in your journey. And
I
we all
love
think
it.
we know that, but I ask some tough questions. And if you're honest, you're gonna you're gonna get the answer that's the truth.
Love
And
it.
then there's some personalized help after that. But
I love
I
it.
would say like think about having a conversation with me or anyone else. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the best the best way.
I
And let's
love
do a
it.
vision to action intensive. If anything,
Yes.
like let's do that.
Yes, that sounds like so much fun. Like if you
Mhm.
love personal development, oh, get in on those 4 hours of awesomeness.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So Andrea, thank you so much. The time is flying. You guys go to the show notes, tap on those links, grab a session with her, grab her book, listen to the podcast, and until next time.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
If you are a woman in business, or maybe just a woman with kids, I highly encourage you to get in contact with Andrea. There is literally a place for all of us in the industry. And if I don't resonate with you as a coach and Andrea does, go reach out. Go tap the link in the show notes, get her info. I promise you, your life will change with coaching in the best way possible. If you loved this episode, subscribe to the BeautyPro podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave your reviews, stars, feedback so I can continue bringing the content you deserve and want most. Your feedback fuels this podcast. The more you give, the more you get back. You can follow me at The BeautyPro Coach on Instagram and Facebook. Want to contact me directly? Email me at befree@goldentruthcoaching.com.